By 1944, Germany's paratroopers or Fallschirmjäger were largely airborne in name only. Out of the roughly 160,000 man force at the time of the Allied invasion of Normandy, only about 15% of it was parachute qualified. The Germans did conduct some airborne operations after Crete, the last one being during the Battle of the Bulge, although they were far more limited in scope. Rather, Fallschirmjäger units were largely motorized infantry, provided they had enough trucks to go around. At the company level, they more so resembled the Panzer Grenadiers than an American parachute rifle company, for example. Can't exactly fit a 3-ton truck in a Ju-52. As per a May 1944 TO&E, the Fallschirmjäger company consisted of a leadership group, 3 platoons, and a company train, the logistics element. Starting with the platoon, it was led by a lieutenant and included a platoon troop, like a platoon HQ, and 3 groups or squads. Each squad consisted of 10 personnel, a squad leader, deputy squad leader, 4 riflemen, and 4 machine gun crews. In this type of TO&E, personnel and weaponry are listed separately, so it isn't 100% clear what weapons went to which positions. However, there were roughly enough to give per squad 2 light machine guns of the MG34 or 42 type, 1 rifle with an optic, 2 submachine guns, 4 pistols, 2 rifle grenade launchers, and 3 rifles. By the late war, there were some exotic weapons in the mix, like STG-44s, FG-42s in very small numbers, semi-automatic rifles, and Italian submachine guns, given the 1st Parachute Corps fought through the war in Italy. However, by far the most common shoulder arm would be the Kar-98K bolt-action rifle. We can be pretty sure that the squad leader got an SMG, and the machine gun crews served the 2 machine guns, one more than in the standard infantry squad, and were each armed with a pistol. A little different from the beginning of the war, when parachute operations were still expected, and every trooper was authorized a pistol, due to the practice of parachuting their main arms separately in bundles. Beyond that, it's a little more murky. An SMG to the deputy squad leader would also be a safe bet. Although in some types of Panzer Grenadier units, the deputy was explicitly armed with an optic-equipped rifle. But then you'd be left with a random SMG that doesn't make as much sense going to a rifleman. It's likely that this squad was employed similarly to a motorized Panzer Grenadier squad. With 2 machine guns, they could split into roughly equal elements, each with a machine gun, to fix and flank the enemy. One quirk of the available TO&Es is that everyone in the squad is labeled as an NCO, at least an Oberjäger in the Fallschirmjäger rank structure. I can't really think of a logical reason for an all-NCO target in a force as large as the Fallschirmjäger, and there seems to be some debate among TO&E nerds as to how much this target mattered. Some believe it may have just been a clerical error. Pre-war Fallschirmjäger companies had a more standard allotment of junior soldiers, as did the February 1944 Brandenburger paratroopers, so absent of further evidence, maybe take it with a grain of salt. The platoon was carried in 2 3-ton lorries with a driver for each. The platoon troop would have a platoon troop leader, equivalent to an Anglo platoon sergeant, 3 messengers, and an armorer. The platoon also had 1 bicycle. I'm guessing for one of the messengers, but I'm not sure. In support, the company train was 17 personnel, led by the Hauptfeldwebel, equivalent to a 1st sergeant, and included 6 3-ton trucks for various supplies, personnel, and a field kitchen. And lastly, the company HQ had 35 personnel. Major elements included a close-range anti-tank troop with 4 anti-tank gunners and 4 security troops. One would assume to form Panzerfaust teams, although the available TO&E doesn't specify. There was also a mortar troop that served 3 8cm mortars. A company troop included the company troop leader and 4 messengers, with the whole company notionally under a captain. Vehicles in the company HQ included 2 3-ton trucks, 3 motorcycles with sidecars, a light car, and 4 bicycles. If you'd like to see more of these lo-fi squad organization videos in time periods that don't really perform on the main channel, consider joining my Patreon so I can afford to do them. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.